welcome to another episode of Unboxing with Paul. And today, I'm excited to bring you Apple's Airtag. You attach it to something and it helps you find it. Let's take a look at it. You can buy a single one for $24.99 or a 4-pack for $99.99. And earlier this year when Apple released them, it took the world by storm. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. And we open it by removing this little plastic strip at the bottom. Let's go ahead and actually get it open and get it out. Okay, let's see what else we got in it. So we get a bunch of legal and safety, FTC compliance, some more safety, and let's go ahead and open it up. It looks like it is a tri-fold cardboard cutout that gives you some brief instructions to update your iOS device to 14.5 or above, and to hold your device near the AirTag so that you can go ahead and activate it. And that's it. There's no Apple stickers, there's nothing else to it. It's literally just the actual AirTag itself. So again, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab your iPhone that's updated to iOS 14.5 or above. And let's go ahead and take this out of there. It is wrapped in this little plastic sleeve. And the last part, and this is very important, when you pull this tab, you hear that. And immediately, the AirTag comes up on the iPhone. This is a very important step, as this is where you will get to name your AirTag and see what it's going to be attached to. So for example, I'm going to have it to my laptop bag, so I'm going to name it Gray Laptop Bag, although that's a little too obvious, but which is also going to be attached to your name and your phone number. In case someone does find it, they're going to be able to contact you quite easily. So then you're going to be able to find your devices anywhere, as long as it's obviously on the Find My network, right? So if you in Find My, and you're going to be able to see that, we can easily locate this and find its location and see where it's at in real time. That is awesome. So now the AirTag itself is actually quite small. I don't know why I expected it to be bigger, but just to give you some comparison, it's about the size of a spent roll of tape. So this literally fits right on the inside of a spent roll of tape, just to give you an idea of its size. The only gripe that I have about it is that there's no loops, there's no hooks, there's nothing for this to attach itself to, right? So if I were to put this in my laptop bag, I'm gonna have to find a clip, find a way to secure this to the outside of it, because if I just toss it on the inside and someone finds my bag, they're not really gonna know that there's an AirTag in there, right? So that's where Apple comes in, and they make their money as well. They sell you these accessories that you can use to clip this on. It's little carabiners, it's little clips, it's little holders that again are used to attach this to any sort of other device, or even a keychain, because again, this by itself is not it's not very, very useful. Again, this can easily be lost, or it can easily be, mistaken for anything else. And it's hard to attach it to somebody, right? It's a very smooth plastic in the back with stainless steel on the top. Now, what I found to be very, very cool is that you can simply open this by pressing on this, kind of like a child safety lock, and twisting. And then you open it up to reveal the battery inside that turns out to be a CR2032, the same kind of battery there is in a lot of older watches, and the same kind of battery there is in a lot of key fobs, actually. Very, very simple design, and actually this is impressive because it is also IP67 water resistant, which is quite impressive considering the fact that it's so easily openable like this. It's so easily accessible like this. But again, it's a little on the thick side. So if I did want to throw this into my wallet, I definitely feel that it would take up room, especially if you're one of those guys that likes to have a thin and light wallet. Again, in comparison, this is an iPhone 11 put side by side. The AirTag, as you can see, it is quite thick, right? And please forgive me, I know my iPhone is disgusting, but here is the AirTag itself for comparison. It's quite thick, but it's just it's small. That's a good thing, right? But again, that's where Apple's going to come in. They're going to make most of their money. But not just Apple. A lot of other companies, a lot of other third parties have started making cases and other accessories for the AirTag. Go ahead and watch our video that we're going to make for Poetic, clicking up here. And if you wanted to buy one of these, just go ahead and check out the links below. These are a really, really good way of being able to track your items, because what sets this apart from something like a Tile product is that these are going to use the iPhone network to be able to find their place, right? Versus Tile, which uses other Tile devices to find its place, right? And this is taken straight from MBKHD's video. He mentioned that there is roughly 1 Tile per city block in a densely populated area, such as New York, Chicago, even LA, right? However, on that same token, how many iOS devices do you think there are in a city block? I bet you there's going to be at least, he mentioned about 7, but I bet you, I can confidently say that I know for a fact there's probably at least 10 iOS devices per city block, if not more. Think about how many iOS devices you have, or how many iOS devices other people have. Usually, if they have an iOS device, it's not just one, it'll be 1, it'll be 2, it'll be 3, it'll be 4, it'll be 6, 7. People tend to have a lot of iOS devices, right? So it's this really, really big network that it's already set, it's already present, the infrastructure is already there for this, right? So there's no need for Apple to go out and build an infrastructure to further find mine. It's already there, and it's a huge, huge network. And the best thing about this is that the battery is you set it and you're done. It's a 1-year battery life. So it's Bluetooth LE. I had to look it up. So it's Bluetooth LE, it's Bluetooth low energy. So again, the battery's gonna last you a whole year. Probably the best deal would be to buy the pack for the 4 for $100. And there is a bunch of aftermarket companies that are making accessories for this already at much more competitive and accessible prices than Apple's very own, that happen to be quite overpriced. So let's say you did lose something. How do you find it? So if you have an iPhone 11 or later with the U1 chip, all you have to do is open the Find My app, go to items, and if it's nearby within the 30-foot radius, usually you're able to find it and it works best, right? It's gonna give you really, really good approximation. Let me show you what I mean by that. So, what is it? There we go. So it's actually gonna take you and it's gonna give you haptics of where it's at nearby. So we're getting further, it's, the haptics are getting weaker, we get near, the haptics get stronger, they get stronger, they get stronger, they get stronger, till you're literally right on it. You can see that it's pretty close pinpoint location. And if in case you can't find it, let's say it happens to be outside in the dirt, or it happens to be amid a bunch of other electronic components or something that looks like it, right? Let's say this is in a cup of quarters. That is pretty impressive that you can even manage to play a sound out of this. And as you can see, the more I move this away from it, it registers in real time. So that is really, really cool. So let's say something more unfortunate happens. Let's say you lose your laptop bag, right? Let's say I happen to take an Uber or a cab and I happen to leave my laptop bag in there. What you would have to do, just go to your items, enable lost mode. And what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to give you a notification the moment somebody finds this. And it's also going to lock this up to your Apple ID, and people are going to be able to leave a message for you with obviously your email or your phone number in case they wanted to call you or send you a text message. Let's say you happen to find an item that has an AirTag attached to it. How would you identify that? All you would have to do would be go to the Find My, go to items, go to identify found items, and just put it nearby. And again, this is going to allow you to see that email and the phone number of the person that this belongs to you, and hopefully you can get in contact and return the item back to them. And to reiterate, this is what's going to help set the AirTag apart from those other devices that help you find your items. Again, is that infrastructure, the whole Find My infrastructure, it's already there. What is it? We're approaching 1 billion iOS devices, and it's kind of like a no-brainer. You know, Apple is saying that they're giving you the choice of, you know, using this tile, but there's roughly 1 tile per city block in densely populated areas versus 7 to 10 iOS devices, if not way more. And I'm sure you guys can attest to this. There's a bunch more iOS devices than there is tile devices. Let me know, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think is Apple late to the game? Do you think they should have started this sooner? Or do you think that this is a market that they have no business being in? You know, like, do you think that other companies should be allowed and left alone to do what they want? Because the moment Apple enters a market, they kind of take over and they kind of completely decimate their competition, because Apple is such a big company. They have the money, they have the resources, they have the time, they have the research and development team behind it, and they have the infrastructure. They can put out products, they can put out services that people are going to sign up for, that people already have iPhones or iOS devices for, that people can already use and take advantage of. And let me know in the comments what your thoughts on that, so that you can be entered into the giveaway for the Alcatel Droid Tab 2 tablet. I am so close to reaching 750 subscribers. The moment I reach them, I will be giving one of those tablets away. Click up here to watch me unbox it. And as always, thanks for watching.